Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This 63, it's getting its chrome already. Everything's getting set up. It's almost done. I will show you the car in its entirety, but this video is not about the car. This video is about Rob Vanderslice. If you don't know who Rob Vanderslice is, guys, he is one of the best, if not the best, lowrider painter there is in regards to patterns, in regards to anything custom on lowrider cars. I am gonna put a video that he made. Please go ahead, go to his channel, follow him, tell him Faraway sent you. Everything is on the description below. So without further ado, Rob, take it away. Let's see your magic.
Hello, I want to welcome you guys all to the channel. Please like and subscribe. Today we're going to be doing an awesome commission panel for my brother Steve. So we're waxing and greasing it right here, cleaning it up. I'm taping the border with 1/4 inch, about a 1/4 inch away from the edge. I'm going to cut them. I'm pretty shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. Always want to frame it right away because we don't want no tape overlays that you're going to have to cut with the razor blade a whole bunch of times. Always want to frame it with the 3/4 inch after you do the border with your 1/4 inch vinyl. Now you're set for our canvas. I'm going to do a few measurements. Usually I don't. To kind of mark off a few spots for guidelines. This is going to be our hood series as well. So just imagine that this board is a hood of a car, a roof of a car, a trunk of a car. This is ideas that you can get to do the roof, a hood, or trunk of a car. Of course, this is scaled down. So that middle line would be, if you have a Cadillac, the Cadillac emblem would be right there in the front where that middle line is. Your headlights would be down at the bottom. And of course, here I am starting up the design very first, starting from the middle with the 1/8 inch green 3M. You can all get from the website. Then I'm throwing in some 1/4 inch turns. Now I'm going to come in with the 1/8 inch. I'm going to run it right down. Same on both sides, mirror image. Going to use those lines as guidelines that I marked with the pin. Same thing, going to bend those lines right to the middle. Might take you a couple times to kind of get it towards a mirror image. Then I'm coming in with some 1/16 inch green vinyl to accent around this edge, around the 1/4 inch, just for some extra detail. Going to come in, cut that with the razor blade. Don't want to cut too deep. Readjusting. Then I'm going to come in with some J-tape 1/4 inch. The reason I use a different colors is so it looks cool in the process. So same thing, I'm coming in, mirror image. You're building from the inside out. Same thing, 1/4 inch. About 1/8 of an inch away from that green 3M 1/8 inch. Same thing, coming in with some 1/8 inch green. Now to get the measurement, I'm going to come in right here with some J-tape 2 inch low tack just to get to where it's perfect on both sides. I'm going to bend that in. Same thing, going to mark the bend. That's right where the bend will go. Boom, just like that. Then going to come in with some 1/8 inch J-tape. This is what's really good if you are trying to tape and trying to get a step-by-step. This will give you a breakdown of from start to finish. That way you can start to do your own designs. This is some basic old school lowrider style patterns. Now I'm coming in with 1/8" J-tape. Cutting those lines. Now I'm going over it with a credit card, whatever you want to say. It's kind of push down the lines, make sure they're down good. Here I'm coming in, outlining with some green 3M, 1/8" and 1/4" for accents. I always like to use 1/8" and 1/4" instead of the same size tape. It just makes everything look more 3D, more dimensional. Sometimes you don't even realize sometimes why it looks so good. But a lot of it is using the different sizes of tape, especially every other one, 1/8, 1/4, 1/8, 1/4. When you're doing your framing work, this would be your main designs, not your fades, your accents, all of those things. Back, cutting with the razor blade. See how shaky I am? If I can do it, you can do it. Except for you don't want to play operation with me because I will lose. So now I'm coming in with some J-tape, 1/4" vinyl. We're just building as we go. Mirroring both sides. It's easy when you're doing the same line on one side as you are the other. It's easy to keep track of it. Versus doing the whole left side and then having to copy the whole right side is going to make it a lot more difficult. I always love doing these three 1/8" lines, and of course that ends up 5 lines, but it ends up 3 when it's all said and done in between the 5, if you guys get what I'm saying. That's always just awesome detail. I always love that. And you guys know me, I like to fill in just about every spot, and you want to do it as tasteful as you can. Coming in with some green 1/16" J-tape. Now I'm going to start doing some fades. 1/2" J-tape. Coming in with some 3M. 1/2". Can't tell you how important 1/2" is in your pattern toolbox. And you know me, the 3 shade, 3 fade. So I got the 1/2", 1/2", and a 1/4" J-tape. Now I'm coming in with just a straight line, straight up old school pattern. Straight line through about a 1/2" distance. Now I'm coming out with some of those other lines I marked. Swinging in with that 1/8" green. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe button, everybody. And all these materials, everything you see, you're able to get from the website, which the link is in the description of this video. From candies to the base to the flake to the primer sealer to ready to sprays to the clear coat. We appreciate the support. Coming in, slicing and dicing, getting those bins to match up from the left to the right. These are some of the patterns that are almost a must in your lowrider pattern library. I would say go back to the 80s, 90s when they were really used and are still used to this day. It's like a mandatory tool in your tricks and techniques. And I taped up that 3/4 inch at the bottom to kind of single out the outer edges. I'm going to sit here and mess with it till I think I like it. Kind of little bend in. Same thing. You want to do the left to the right. Going to go up a little bit towards about 1.5 inches. Bend that down. Just a little extra additive. Kind of make it look cool. Like I say, you got to pretend like this is a hood of a car. So let's say where the orange is in the middle, that would be like a Cadillac. Let's say like the hood where it's kind of going down where the accents go. And to the left, to the right, that would be that shape on the hood or trunk where it kind of swoops down. If you guys know what I'm saying, like let's say on a 77 Cadillac, let's say like a Monte Carlo, a Cutlass. And this is just ideas that you can use to go pattern out a hood, a trunk, a roof. Just got to think, this is a 12 by 32 inch board. You just got to think a little bit bigger and extend those patterns out. But I mean, this is a really good start to come up with some really good ideas for a beautiful hood piece. And then I'm coming in, just kind of accenting. I'm taping up that design, but I'm utilizing inside the pattern. If I'm going to mask that up, why not spend the time to make it to where you have a little accent inside that pattern, which you'll see when we're spraying. Otherwise, right there, I could have just straight up masked it up solid, and that pattern would have been solid in there. But I'm like, if we're going to spend the time masking it, why don't we add another pattern in there, which you see those two little middle segments. Now I'm actually masking it up. So that's something I've always done my whole life when doing patterns. Same thing here. We could have just masked that up, called it a day, and then sprayed it solid. Instead, I'm going to utilize that masking time to where that's going to be one little extra little pattern inside of that pattern as a detail, which you'll see in the end. Like I say, keep note of what I'm telling you right now. Now I'm filling it in. It's basic taping it up. Filling it in. We want this to be totally ready to spray when it's all taped. So back to this is like puzzle taping. Here I'm again utilizing with the 1/2 inch. That's going to be its own pattern right there. We could have just masked that solid, that middle pattern there. Now I'm coming in with 1/16 inch. That's going to run across that pattern that it's crisscrossing across. It's going to make it look like it's going over and under. Here I am, 3 shade, 3 fade. 1/2 inch tan, 1/2 inch green, 1/4 inch tan. You see how cool this is looking because it is 3 different colors of tape or 4 different colors of tape. It just looks cool during the process. It's motivating during the process versus it all being green or being one color, which I hate to say, it's not the same. Even those patterns, as you see, those will be little white fades. We'll be doing the fades that we just masked that little in patterns. And here we go too, same thing, running that 1/8 inch through three lines. That's just something I've always done as well, just for that detail. Here I am too, 1/2 inch green. Boom. Doing some little cutting there. Don't want to cut too deep. You want to minimize the cutting as much as possible. If you can tape and tear, do it. If you have to cut, cut. So same thing. All of this is just little detail. People don't realize when you see something from a distance, it doesn't look like that much detail. And once you really get to see it, you're like, man, this was a lot of taping. A lot of thought went into it. So here we are. We're just building from the inside out. On those outside patterns, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. Boom. So that'll be fade, fade, nice sharp edges. Now we're going to start accenting that middle. I'm doing 1/16 inch, one through the middle, one at the top part there, kind of about 1/8 of an inch, and coming all the way to the point in the center. Here we are with the 1/4 inch tan, 1/4 inch green. All this is going to be some amazing accents. Here we are with the little bit of 3 shade, 3 fade. This one, it'll be 3 shade. So we got the 1/2 inch, we got the 1/2 inch, the tan, the green, going in with one more 1/2 inch. Kind of starting white at the top and coming to a point in the middle of that. 1/16 inch right through the middle, building from the inside out. Here we go again, going wide, going to a point on the left and the right with the 1/16 inch vinyl J-tape All of this is available online. You guys can get it. The link is in the description. Cutting with the razor blade. We're getting there. Coming in, filling in those last little spots. Doing that so I can get a clean cut right there. Clean cut. And it's going to have same thing to where it's a little bit spaced out. Here we are again. Same thing. Doing this for spacing. I'm going to pull out the ones in between this. Once I get these lines to where it's like just perfect line work, pulling out in between. And that leaves you with perfect spacing. Same thing. Boom. Slice it, dice it. Boom. That way everything's going to be ready to go. And then these, what I'm doing right here, will be the skid marks. They're going to be pre-taped, ready to roll. So you're going to fade with those 3, with the 5, of course, 1/8-inch lines, but it's going to end up 3. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's real confusing. Once you start doing this and you start figuring it out, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. But at first, it looks like some mumbo jumbo. Boom, cut it with the razor blade. Pull those out. That way I'm able to pull out those fades. Same thing, ready to start spraying. Spraying the white. If you guys don't know, white has always been something I've used. It deadens the flake in those areas. It kills the flake in those areas. And it's going to end up making you a solid color. And when it's all said and done, all these little whites I'm doing, when you get to see it in person out in the sun in different lighting, you're going to see that it just pops. I mean, it just gives it a 3D pop. It ends up a solid color. So like on this, of course, we're going to be doing, of course, the teals, orange. And on this one, kind of be, how do I put it? Kind of winging it as we go color-wise, making colors their own colors by kind of spraying coats over each other. So you'll kind of get to see this. But we blocked up this whole middle section because it's going to go all teals. But different shades. Like I say, I'm tacking it up with the tack rag here. Here I go again. Another coat of teal. Coming in real quick, real easy. Now I'm going to peel for the next stage. So that's 3 coats, 3 coats. Now we're going to shoot. Get all of those peeled up, those 3 shades. Coming in, shooting those. Boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. Like I say, this is step by step. You should be able to follow along. And of course, is it going to be difficult? It might the first couple times, but once you start to get it figured out, man, boom, you're on that bicycle ready to roll. Get those wheels rolling. And like I say, here we go, cutting those out so I'm able to peel that taping like we talked about. See, that's where it's masked. And then that, like I said, utilizing the masking tape instead of just masking and doing that whole pattern solid, we accented it. And we're going to be able to go in and do a little shade there. Just lots of little detail that people don't realize. Tacking it again. Going to come in. A little bit of white to get that to pop out there. Boom. Same thing in that area. Coming in with a little bit of teal. Like I say, all of these you can get on the website. We got ready to sprays, 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce, way affordable. We can mix you just about anything you want. So I'm candying over everything. So it's darkening the very first color I sprayed to 9 coats, 6 coats, 3 coats. That's that 3 shade, 3 fade. 369, 369. Now I'm untaping for the next. Like I say, we could have just did that solid. But all that's going to be just an extra bonus, extra additive. So here I'm here ready to do those kind of skid marks, we want to call them. Taping up for those. It's going to use the low tack 2-inch to protect those right there. And then we're going to A little color up. These two, some people, don't let this intimidate you. Shooting a little purple. They're really easy when you go step by step. It's not as hard as it thinks. I got to say, when I was trying to figure it out, I was like, man, that's a little harder than what I thought to do those little skid marks. Kind of the purple that you see we're doing. And it's just a little... And once you figure it out, you're like, man, that was easy. I was overthinking it. Trial and error. Trial and error. Same thing. I'm going to tape 1/4 of an inch up so I can get a little fade where it's not just coming right out of the pocket there. I'm going to utilize the tape that I just used for the top little skid mark. Same thing. You want to always make sure you tape enough you're not going to get no overspray. I would rather be safe than sorry. So back to that. Little purple there. Man, I love, one of my favorite combos is this, what we're doing today. And you'll kind of see when I take off some of this tape. You don't want to miss some of these steps. It's real important. And of course, there's no rules, but man, to make it look like the way you see it, it's so easy to misinterpret those skid marks and to do them a different way. It looks just cool because there's no color in between those 4 lines. Tack rag again. I'm going to coming in with a little bit more till. Like I say, it's just kind of playing with it. And as you're going, you're like, okay, a little bit more here, a little bit more here. I'm going to add a little bit more here. Man, you can just see those nice sharp points. Those nice, that 3 in the middle there. Look at those 3 shades. Man, it just brings out the color spectrum. And just really the array of those shades is mandatory to add to your toolbox. I can't tell you. Now I'm shooting a little bit of black to give it to where it looks like those patterns are going right underneath that middle pattern. You can see it gives it that depth. And then see all these little accent lines, like you wonder why I was doing all that taping, and now you're able to see. It's like, okay, look at 1/4 inch, 1/16 inch, 1/8 inch, little accents. Lots of detail where it's unbeatable. It's just one of those things, perfect amount of detail, very tasteful, still filled in. So I want to encourage you guys. Like I say, we got pre-flake boards you're able to get from us to make it easy. You don't got to make the mess. They're pre-flaked, ready to go. You can get some ready to spray, some tape, and you can start to be trying to do this yourself. Highly want to encourage you guys. This is a dying art. We want to keep it going. Okay, so now I'm coming over here. Taped up that middle to protect it. Coming in with some purple. Going over everything. Now this right here will be till I'm happy with the color. And like I say, you don't want to shoot too much color because you know you're going to shoot 3 or 4 more times over this. So what you just seen there would be 3 coats. And then I know, like I tell you, 3, 6, 9, I'm going to be shooting another 3 coats. So now I'm coming in with a little bit of purple. Here I am going over it, plucking up for the next step. Like I say, this is all pre-taped from the middle out. And it's a matter of this style just tearing it down, spraying. So here I am spraying some more color. Coming in. And on this, I am going specifically directly into those spots with some purple. I'm peeling for the next step. As you see, it darkened up. That last one that I sprayed, that 1/4 inch fade, or shade, I should say. Untaping the both sides left to right. Taking off that 1/4 inch. Same thing. Now we're going to untape the middle like we talked about. Utilize the taping. Spraying that little bit of detail, going in with some white. Same thing, going over it with some purple. Over the white. As you see, I'm moving pretty quick. Of course, this recording speeded up a little bit too. Same thing. See that just little detail from us spending the time to kind of just tape that half inch. Now I'm coming in with a little bit of cobalt blue. That little area. Same thing, coming in with the cobalt blue right there. Real specific. Taking that half inch out that was pre-cut. Same thing, taking out that next step, that 1/4 inch, that half inch. Both sides to the left, to the right. Mirror image. Same thing. Here we go with some more purple. I'm shooting purple even over that blue, over all of that. Okay. Here we go. Untaping some of these last lines. Especially those 1/8 inch. The 3, that's just one of my signature things I always do as well. It's just always that kind of going through a frame pattern with some 3 shade or fades to the left, to the right. And then when you end up shooting the black to make it the over and unders, it just pops. It adds that extra detail. Like I say, it's just, you got some frame patterns. You got some of the 3/8 inch lines going through, some of the 3 shades, and it just makes it complete. Like I say, I'm blacking, doing the in and outs, touching up a little spot in that little corner where I nicked it. Pulling off some of the tape, and this kind of gives you that example of the 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. Using 1/8 and 1/4, you see how it just really gives it some depth that you really don't realize unless somebody points it out to you. Peeling off the rest here. Now we're going to peel off this middle section. Boom. You just see it just pops. The purples, the blues, the teals are always a good color combo. And like I say, you got to think this is the hood series. This is really good ideas for a roof, a trunk, a hood. You got to think that center design where that point comes in the middle, that would be where the Cadillac emblem is. To the left, to the right, towards me would be where the headlights are. Where the teal part is would be the grill. This is just a mini version. Here I am clearing, putting on a, not clearing, but shooting the black to get that depth where the patterns look like they're going underneath where that orange 1/4 inch borderline is. Now I'm going to come in purple. I'm just swinging around. And of course, back to this. You know, this video is speeded up just so we get directly to the point of what we're doing. This is a perfect if you're trying to figure out exactly what I did step by step without spending 4 hours watching the live, because that's what it took on the live, was 4 hours to do this piece from start to finish. And of course, mixed up some clear, dusting on a medium kind of dry coat. And of course, because it's speeded up, we're just doing coat after coat. But usually you would want to give 5 to 10 minutes in between coats. And then after 2 coats, you could pour on the clear. But look at this. It's popping. You can see where I shot the whites. It has that just glow where it made those teals look like solid teal. Where I shot the whites, boom, you can just see it just popping. Like I say, in person, it's a whole nother story. But we want to thank you. Beautiful piece. Thank you for tuning in. Look at the shades from the left to the right, just with the lighting. for tuning in with us. Thank you for supporting.